Movie mutuals, squishy face drawing nights, loop to loop, MIAF, Pause Fest. These are all festivals or events that occur regularly around Melbourne where local animators come together and talk, collaborate, and celebrate their shared passions. Well, last night I actually got to go to one of these nights, which was very cool, and I got to see some amazing animations. There are so many talented artists out there. Hi, I'm Jules, a voiceover artist working toward a big dream of landing a role in a major animated film or series. This podcast is me sharing the ride, the messy bits, the small wins, the doubts, the practice, and the people who shape the journey. It's not about advice or silver linings, it's just one voice figuring it out in real time. If you're chasing something of your own, maybe these stories will keep you company along the way. As I've mentioned before, my friend Dylan and I just recently completed another loop-to-loop. This month's topic or genre was magic, which was awesome and so much fun. And Dylan is just such a talented animator. Anyway, so after completing this one, last night was a screening. Anyone who's entered this competition meets at this cool little studio called Studio Show Off, and it's in Brunswick. And they come together, and it's felt very typical of Brunswick. Like, it was this in this back room. It's very cool, and they had this massive roller door that they kept open. A little bit cold last night, but and then they had this huge screen where, when it comes time to show, everyone sits on the ground and just watches these animations roll through. Well, last night was huge. I had no idea how popular it was. There would have been at least 100 people there, and I think we watched maybe 40, possibly 50 little short loop-to-loop animations. It was unbelievable. It was amazing. There was so much talent out there. And apparently these also get shown then in Brisbane, Sydney, maybe a few other places around Australia. So we also would have shown the interstate entries as well, but there was just too many local ones. So we watched these very cool animations, and it was a bit of a shame because it was so packed and it was a little bit hard to kind of get around, and everyone seemed to be chatting, but I would have loved to have spoken to a few more. There was some incredible animations there, like some I would have loved to have met those animators, but next time I'll have a chance to do that, hopefully. But it was still really cool just to be amongst it and know that there are that many people working on this stuff. So really good to keep in mind. I did also meet a guy called Cameron. And Cam is actually, he teaches animation at Deakin University. So he was awesome to talk to, obviously very passionate about what he does. And another good contact as well. So Cam said he'd be very happy to come and have a chat on the podcast and talk to us about it. But also maybe, I'm thinking, possibly he'd be a really good one. I might offer my services to his students, those learning to animate, and just, it's good practice. So, that was a really good thing as well. But anyway, all very cool. And these other places like Squishy Face, drawing competition is where animators just come together and collaborate as well and work together. And there's also apparently a night for where women animators all come together and talk. So much out there still to be explored. So something I'm looking forward to doing, although I must admit last night was challenging. It was cold, it was wet, and it was a little bit later. It was only 7 o'clock, but still it was a little bit later, and I was like, the last thing I could be bothered doing was going out of my warm house. But I'm so glad I made the effort. So it was awesome. Anyway, I will continue. We've got another loop-to-loop next month, which I'm very excited about. And hopefully we can keep doing these. I did wonder about my voice being used in every one of his animation, in Dylan's animation. So that's all right. I'll need to start practicing my character voices. But not only that, hopefully I might be able to make some new contacts within this area and offer my services for other people as well. Anyway, very exciting, and my world has been opened up and expanded already. So I'm looking forward to seeing where this ends up and where it goes. Until next time, remember, big dreams don't begin with perfection. They begin with a voice. And if you know of any other festivals or animation kind of events, I would love to hear about them. Please share with me at #JulesFMShow. And if you liked this episode or you want to help support me on this amazing journey I'm on, please hit subscribe so you don't miss an episode. This is going to happen, and I'd love your help along the way. Thank you for listening. Until next time.